This is the Sinai Peninsula, approximately 10 miles from the banks of the Suez Canal. In 1973, thousands of men fought and died here. Now the carcasses of their killing machines are all that remain to mark their passing.
The tank battle is similar to the dinosaur fights of long ago. The fighting is intense and gruesome. The one who has the first blow is the victor.
On October 8, 1973, after 2 days of steadily losing ground to the Egyptian army, the commanders of the Israeli Defense Forces felt the time was right for a counterattack. Most of the strongholds along the Bar-Lev line had been overrun, but a few still held out, and the IDF was determined to rescue them. But communications problems, misunderstandings, poor intelligence gathering, and a continued refusal to take the Egyptian army seriously resulted in disaster. What was intended to be a division-sized, combined arms assault turned into a suicide mission. After the war, the events of October 8th were the subject of extensive investigation. Ultimately, the blame was laid at the feet of the senior commanders, who stayed well away from the front lines and disregarded the counsel of their field commanders. The battle is one of the most controversial in IDF history.
This is an M60 tank which was driven by the Israeli commander Asaf Yaguri, commander of the 190th Armored Battalion, which attacked our forces that were pushing from the West Bank to the East Bank towards the center.
The tank the Egyptians stood up as a statue for their victory is a joke. First of all, the tank they display is a Patton, and my tanks were all Centurion. Secondly, my tank exploded. The entire Israeli attack consisted of one battalion attacking from all the armed forces, my battalion, against the whole army entrenched in ditches and positions with tanks and artillery. There was no chance that a battalion would beat such an army in a daylight attack, especially being just a few hundred meters range from the canal. In this hopeless battle, almost all of our tanks were destroyed. The battalion commander's platoon, which consisted of 3 tanks, reached together with me the stronghold line, which is where we were supposed to go. Only at that time we were left with 3 lone tanks. The battalion deputy commander's tank got a hit and blew up. A third tank caught fire and started to burn. My tank took a direct hit in its tread. The saggers opened fire. My consideration was, should we stay in this fire trap or get the crew out, at least to save the people?
Asaf Yaguri and his crew were taken prisoner, and Yaguri became Egypt's highest-ranking Israeli POW. When the war ended, he was the last soldier released. Now the IDF realizes that removing Egypt from the Sinai will not be a simple task.
How well are the Egyptians fighting you at the moment? Are they more stubbornly than before? Yes, I think that they have no ground to complain under their forces. I think they should have very basic ground to complain under the politicians, but I don't think the soldiers should be blamed. No, nothing wrong with the soldiers.
Meanwhile,